Okay, so welcome to your last week, right? It's actually really so crazy to think that for 3 months you've completely, really think about that. For 3 months, you have fully dedicated and devoted to yourself. Um, and of course, and I didn't plan this, we end on a full moon, right? And so I'm gonna get into like the full moon, everything this week, and how everything's gonna build up. I'm gonna be sending you guys a meditation to use all week long. It's good to continue to revisit and reopen it. Sometimes full moons, they bring up a lot of emotions and a lot of things that are buried. And so it's really good to have like multiple processes. So where we have like this emotional process, and then where we have like the logic process, and then maybe, how it's applying to our reality. I just want to say I'm so proud of all of you. I've seen such a deep growth in all of you guys, like really a surrender to your ego. Just this really, really amazing process in like you guys step into unbecoming to become. And I don't say that lightly because sometimes people fall off the wagon, but you've devoted nonstop for 3 months, and it's just so amazing to watch. And so with that being said, let's talk about this week. So first of all, let's just cover the full moon because I know you guys are going to be asking about it. And also it was so nice to see all of you guys while I've been home this time, and to see you guys in the same classes, and like just get to have this. It's so ironic, right, that I'm here for the end of the program. So this full moon, I have my notes. So this full moon is in Libra, right? And actually Libra's like my favorite sign. I love Libras. Libras are so open, free, gentle, kind. Specifically the themes on this is balance, harmony, and relationships, right? So let's start with relationships, because I think relationships, between how do we find the self? We find it in other. And so this, when it comes to relationships, the most important one is the one with yourself, and it's going to determine your relationships with others. And so, right, one thing to focus and ask about all week is, am I people pleasing, right? Am I saying yes to things just to please somebody else, or am I living within myself, right? And of course, I'm not saying like don't be a good friend. Go be a good friend too. But it's really important to reevaluate your relationships, to make sure that you're giving the same time and energy that you give out to the world back to yourself. And that has a lot to do with balance and harmony. Right now, you guys are really focused and you're manifesting a lot of things. So I think it's really important that you make sure that your time and your schedule and your energy is being fully devoted to that. And so that's kind of like, right, the theme. And Libra's really about evaluation and equilibrium, right? So this is a really good time to say, whoa, like this part of my life is not equal. This part of my life doesn't feel like it's in balance. I'm watching a lot of you, ironically, a lot of you guys step into very beautiful feminine practice. It's so strange because all of you guys are stepping into really soft, gentle practices. And I'm watching your femininity come out so beautifully. And so it might be a good time to, reevaluate like relationships, practices, lifestyles, and most importantly, commitments. Like commitments is a huge one that you'll see with this full moon, right? Now, it wouldn't be a full moon if Venus was not going direct. And so that's going to be really, really wild. So, Venus going direct, and it's in Pisces. So you're going to cry. I guarantee you're going to cry. Venus going direct has everything to do with relationships, for one. And for two, it's all about, it's love. It's just about love. Like, I will be completely honest, it's all about love. And then it being in Pisces is like so emotional, watery, and so gentle. So it's gonna be a big influence on like love and relationships. And the biggest love story begins within yourself. So what we're gonna focus this week is literally heightening your self-love all week and really pushing that to the front. Right, and how does that look? Right, what does self-love really look like? That is healing, making, time to address the lingering things that are left behind. I've seen you guys this week really dive deep. Like the past 3 weeks, I've noticed everybody's really diving deeper and deeper and deeper. Your biggest superpower is softness, and its vulnerability, and its gentleness. As women, our superpower lives within our feminine power. And so all week, I'm actually going to make that the focus. I'm going to make it a feminine, soft, gentle focus. I want you guys to bring your femininity to the full front, right? And for a lot of us, like, that's hard because we haven't met that. But that's okay, because we're now meeting a higher version of ourselves. There is so much that can be done in restoring the self, resting, and recovering. And so, right, it's a pink moon. And so, of course, we're working on femininity. I didn't plan any of this, by the way. I write these crazy notes, like, and then I do my research, and it always lines up. So, right, the pink moon, it's also about renewal and growth. And we're in spring, right? We just entered spring. So we just entered the season of growth. We just entered the season of rebirth. And now we're going to be having this moon. And we're closing up a really big transformation you guys have had. I've seen you guys just transition so deeply. And it's really showing. And so, you know, one area too to re-examine is like the boundaries. Boundaries. So, right. So this week, like the meditation I'm going to send you guys is to focus on calling out your divine femininity. Okay. We want to call that out, bring it out. I'm going to make the yoga practice this week is going to be a really divine feminine one. Okay. And one thing I'm going to, you know, suggest that all week you just focus on where your practices are, right? So every day, you know, stepping into softness. So if you feel like you're rushing around trying to get 100 things done and just running, I want you to stop, pause, and take 2 things off your list. I'm going to start to send a lot about divine femininity because it is much more than just being soft. It's really tuning into who you are and where your soul's purpose is. And so, you know, one thing I would do is really reevaluate if all week, like, right, because this is your final week. This is the closing week. We're entering a full moon. It's so important. Can't express this enough. It's so important that you make sure your practices are matching, like, what you've been manifesting and work on. You're going to be really surprised, right? This is the last week. So all the work you've been doing for 3 months is now going to funnel into this last week. I want you really to make your focus, like, all those things you've been working on manifesting, like, make them become real now, right? This is the last week. So, like, it'll only be you against you right now, because if you don't put it to the full front, like, the universe can't work with you. So what is also feminine energy? It's receiving. Okay. So you have to receive all week long. So I want you to tap into that receiving receptor, right? Is it open? Is it closed off? This week is going to be emotional, right? We have Venus going straight, the full moon which is the Libra full moon in Pisces, right? So it's going to be really, really intense, but that's okay. The beauty of it is that it's going to bring up a lot of things that are going to, you know, tap into the old self. So, you know, one of the other things I'm going to do is your journal prompt is going to be old self, new self, okay? I want you to write about the old self. I know the old self for me, it was like crazy CrossFit, 140 burpees in the morning, like craziness, you know? So, and also too, like, I was obsessed in like the being busy 24/7, chase. And I would watch my like cortisol level heighten all the time. And that's one thing I'm going to do is when I'm sending you guys these things, right? My focus for you guys is to really lower down the cortisol levels so that you can decompress. Now, right, so you're gonna write the old self. I want you to pull out the old patterns, like, and I want you to have an ego death here, please. If things are just not working for you, it's okay, right? I mean, the biggest thing, like, was, like, going to my CrossFit gym and telling them, like, I can't do this, like, something is wrong in my body. And the truth was, it was the universe really calling me into this different, like, feminine era. So I had to retire it. And it was so hard, right? To watch all my friends be still doing CrossFit, to not be like the CrossFit girl. I had a big ego death. So this is your transition week, right? Everything you've worked on for 3 months can be so powerful if we go through this transition. Okay, so that's on the one side. So pull out the old patterns, and it could be people pleasing, like whatever it is. Pull out all the old patterns on the left, and then on the right side, you're going to pull out your new patterns. Okay, right? Because you don't want to leave this program, you know, with blankness. I want you to, you know, to leave this program with like, wow, okay, these are like the new things that I'm going to incorporate, that I've been working on, that I want to add in. You know, one huge thing I've noticed in some home is the cortisol level. Everybody's inflamed. Everybody's struggling. Like, you know, people coming to me like, I can't lose weight. I'm inflamed. Those are two huge things. Also to the brain fog, and then the overexhaustion, draining energy, the waking up at 3 a.m. There's so many things that can like let you know your cortisol level is really, really down. You know, and there's so many areas like within that I can go through, but right, this is the week we soften, we come back to the self, and really place all of the practice that we've done, everything into action now, like action 24/7, right? Because, and I know I've touched base and I've talked on this, where you could do all these amazing like manifestation, meditation, yoga, all these great things, but if you're not putting them into action, it's never going to amount to nothing. So with that being said, I just want to say I'm endlessly proud of all of you. I'm not kidding. Like, you know, people don't do the 3 months because of the resistance to commit to 3 months. And like you, all of you committed to 3 months, and the transformations I'm watching are just astronomical. And I see all of you guys like really recognizing these places where it's just like not serving you, whether it's work, friendships, commitments, you know, fitness, whatever it is. I'm watching you guys like that disintegrate, and I'm telling you, oh, I remember when it disintegrated for me, I was so like heartbroken, like so ego death. And then it happened, and then now that I sit on the other side, I'm so thankful that the universe threw that one at me, because I really needed it. And what I've been able to manifest and create and live with is so much better than what I had in so many ways. And so with that being said, I want you guys to make sure you really go into this week also with the GAIN method, right? So we've worked a lot about gap and gain. Please make sure you really, really focus on that, because you guys will see that you have made so much progress in 3 months, and I want you to hold that really dear to you, because that progress was hard work. And yes, I coached you through it, but you guys all did it. So keep that in mind. If you guys have questions, or there's anything you really want me to hit on this week, please tell me. I want to make this group really active for the next, really active for the next 7 days. And again, just complete your meditation, complete the yoga class. I want to keep everything very feminine, very gentle, very light. And then I'm also going to, you know, if you guys feel like the cortisol thing is like really hitting with you, like, wow, like my cortisol level is really, really high. I just want to say, don't feel like shameful or like upset with yourself, because this society that we live in does not accommodate femininity, right? And the softness and the gentle of it. So, you know, there are ways to change routine or add things in routine to lower those levels. And there's so many different good, amazing herbs. There's so many natural, you know, remedies. So with that being said, thank you all so, so much. I'm so deeply proud of all of you. I will be sending your class and your meditation and so many other things. Let's keep this group really active this week, right? And so here's the thing. Community is a life-saving thing. That's why I do group things. So make sure you guys are using the group chat and connecting with each other. And again, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you all. Happy week 12 and happy full moon.